Hello, and welcome to the darkest timeline.
Film podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Darkest Timeline. I'm David.
I'm Ian.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Brett. Brett's not here.
Brett's not here, no. Today we watched a movie where the 90s answered the question, what would Casablanca look like with more tits?
You mean what would Casablanca look like in Trump's America?
In Trump's America!
The movie takes place in 2017, by the way.
Yeah, we watched Barb Wire.
Just wait, guys. Civil War is coming, and it's going to come hard.
The second American Civil War, man, because clearly there was, we know there was the first one, but a new one, because, oh man, that's a lot of downhill to go between now and then.
Yeah, and Washington's going to start dressing like Nazis, and everyone's going to be really into dive bars.
I'm sorry, that's today.
I mean, like politicians.
Oh. No, they'll dress like Nazis on duty, as opposed to just recreational Nazis.
What are recreational Nazis?
I mean, when you're only a Nazi with your friends, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Whew. We just jumped right into it tonight.
So what's the plot of the movie?
The plot of the movie is Casablanca.
It's Casablanca.
Okay, we're done with talking about the plot of the movie.
Well, it's like 90% Casablanca, and then like 10 minutes of... or 10 or 15 minutes of like stripping tits and actual barbed wire comic book mythology, kind of.
Some explosions.
And some explosions.
Well, yeah.
And some choreographed fight scenes. But other than that, it's Casablanca.
Yeah. Sometimes like shot for shot.
Yeah, annoyingly so.
Oh, yeah. It's Casablanca with tits.
It's been a long time since I've seen Casablanca. Oh, wait, no it hasn't. I watched it 5 minutes ago. Only worse.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to explain it much. Pamela Anderson plays Barb Wire, and she is the Rick character of Casablanca. She owns her own bar. Instead of a passport, it's like some contact lenses
that are basically function as a passport.
That function as a passport. And everything is just shot for shot. Casablanca.
Yeah.
And it's slightly more focused on the chest.
Right, so a lot more leather.
Yeah, a lot more leather and camera angles skewing lower. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much the difference.
Yeah, so...
also it takes place in Trump's America.
Takes place in Trump's America, and Django Fett's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got your ups and your downs.
So let's talk about those ups and downs.
Or you could say Commander Rex is involved, if you wanted to.
I'd prefer Commander Rex.
Or Cody. That's a nice benign-sounding name.
What?
Commander Cody.
Well,
it sounds like he's Dora the Explorer's friend.
Commander Cody. What do we got today? Well, I'm going to shoot one droid. Bang. Two droids. Bang, bang.
Yes. Okay. Best part's worst part. Best part.
That was a Star Wars joke, by the way.
Best part.
What about the... Oh, yeah, we talked about the plot.
Yeah.
It just slipped by me. It just slipped by me, Dave.
Yeah.
I like going last.
I'll go first. The best part of this movie for me was the performance of Xander Berkeley playing the
sheriff.
The chief commander Willis.
Sheriff, whatever.
Xander Williams was the gentleman in the booth at the end, which was really good. It came out maybe 2008, 2009. He's a great actor.
You said the booth at the end, and you confused me for a moment. I was like, there was no booth at the end of the movie?
No, that's the name of
his
thing. And he's just a good actor, and he brought it on this one. He kind of had that.
That almost sounded like an underhanded compliment. He's just a good actor.
It's like he didn't realize that he was in some sort of hack rip-off movie.
Right. And so he did it well.
Yeah, and so he was like, oh, I'll actually bring my A game to this.
And he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. He did a great job.
And every time I saw him on the screen, I thought, yeah.
I'd do him.
Doing it.
Every time you saw him, you looked at him and went, you're better than this.
Although in 1996, maybe he wasn't.
That's true. He might have been really hurting for cash.
He could have been hungry.
Like
he could be
really hurting for cash. Like, he had to be really hurting for cash.
No. You get the phone call and your agent's like, Booby, baby, I booked you on this new movie. Pamela Anderson's leading it. She's so hot right now. It's going to be an action movie, but don't worry.
There's breasts.
It's also going to be Casablanca, so it's going to be real classy.
And when I say it's also going to be Casablanca, I mean it's also going to be Casablanca.
Like, it's Casablanca.
They'll pay you SAG minimum.
Is that a plus?
And you can take home anything you want from craft services. And he's in.
Just drive a truck up every day and load up the back.
Do I get a cool police jacket? Yeah,
Most of the time, yes.
You
Yes,
can do it. Can I take it home with me after we're done?
We're never going to use it again. Sequel my ass. I already know.
Yeah, they went into that going like, could we rip off a different classic movie? No, I don't think that'll work twice. It might not even work once.
I just had the idea for
Barb Wire 2, The Rear Window?
No,
Maybe?
it's Casablanca 2.
Just a sequel to Casablanca.
You make a sequel to Casablanca, then you get back into Africa because America.
No, you make a sequel. You actually make a sequel to Casablanca, and then the next year you make a sequel to Barb Wire. That is the plot of that movie.
Perfect. Yeah, that's how they do it.
Ian, what did you like the most about this movie?
I liked the part where, oh God, I cannot remember. But okay, when Jango Fett and
Cora D,
the only black woman in the movie. So it really should have been a lot easier for them to find her.
Yep, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Jango Fett and Cora D were driving through the city, the last free city, Steel Harbor, Steel Harbor, the last free city. And they were stopped by the custom police or the customs police or whatever, something like that. One car on either side of their car, and like 4 cops get out of each car, and they all have automatic weapons, and they're right across from each other, and they all fire directly at the car, i.e. each other. For like a solid minute and a half of just constant gunfire.
It wasn't that long.
It felt long. This whole movie felt long. Don't you tell me how time works.
Linearly?
Not today.
For you, it does.
I see time like this.
But if you are Korriban, Master of Circles...
Yeah, that's a visual, I know.
Anyway, but yeah.
Okay, so they were all shooting at each other, and no one got hurt. And I mean literally no one, because the people in the car also escaped. So clearly, Brynloft was involved in that fight. They each had a little, like, under their police caps or whatever, they had a little Brynloft stamped on their forehead.
I don't know if that's how that works, but that's how that works now.
Or their shoulder. The shoulder works too. Really just anywhere on the body that's prominent.
Yeah, no, Brynloft stamped on the forehead.
It's just a literal Brynloft stamp of approval. If you get shot at, you will not die. And that's the only way that could possibly have worked. Because the car was shot up.
I think you need to brush up on your Darkest Timeline theology. Because Brynloft is the master of chaos.
Well,
not the master of circles.
That is who was protecting Snake
in
was episode 2 of the podcast.
Oh, I stand corrected. I backed down.
When absolutely no one got shot in that scene.
Right.
But still, but you are correct in that if those cops were in a circle firing at each other, like they were in Escape from L.A., then it would be Korriban's doing that they were alive.
Okay.
But no, this was a straight line.
Okay.
This was chaos.
Okay. This was chaos. Straight lines are chaos.
Straight lines are chaos. Circles are not chaos. Order. Yes.
It's just the realm of Korriban, man.
Yeah.
If you'd like to brush up on your Darkest Timeline pantheon of gods, you might want to look into the second episode of the Darkest Timeline ever, the Escape from LA episode, and any episode that happens to have an absentee presenter,
which we don't
in it.
denote.
We don't
anywhere.
denote those. We should probably do that because some people might be interested. I don't know.
They'll probably be denoted by the time this podcast comes out.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm worried about Morty.
Like in a general way.
Yeah.
I mean, why? He's so chill.
He needs some help. What's your favorite part?
Oh, yeah. So my favorite part was the thing you just said.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The car circle?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. So,
I'm sorry.
Can't stress this enough. It was a really bad movie.
it was not fun. Oh, you know what? I really liked so Big Fatso in this movie.
Mr. Big Fatso.
Mr. Big Fatso. I'm sorry. I don't know why anyone would be like, it's Mr. derogatory name. But he was like,
Well, to be fair, it was accurate.
yeah, he was a big fatso. But that's but that's rude. So, you wouldn't usually say that. But he was Shaquille O'Neal if Shaquille O'Neal really let himself go and liked to sit in the shovel part of a
shovel truck.
of a backhoe.
Yeah, it was a backhoe.
Yeah, like the shovel part of a backhoe.
It was a black Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, basically Black Jabba the Hutt.
I almost did a word combination.
Oodala
that
solo.
sounded like.
No, okay, so what about Mr.
so-
Big Fat? So
Mr. Big Fatso, he's a big old honking dude, and he betrays Barb Wire, and out of sheer random happenstance, a grenade falls in his lap right before he dies. And, well, I mean, the grenade kills him, so it's obviously right before he dies. And the look on his face is like this, like, oh no! It's just really stupid.
Well, also the camera zooms,
And the
right
camera
in.
zoomed right in on his face, like, oh! And we all laughed.
right,
It was
because it had
funny.
that Tarantino-y pulp
Yeah.
70s grindhouse moment.
Yeah, it was one of those few shots in the movie that wasn't taken from Casablanca.
Wasn't there another shot that was like that?
I think so. I didn't write it down.
Oh, it was the last shot.
Oh my god! So I guess this is the last part of my second favorite shot in the movie, which actually might be my real favorite, is
I forgot about
in
it.
the very end when I can't remember his name. The chief of police and
Willis.
Barb Wire are on the tarmac as the plane's flying away with Cora D and Django Fett,
Right.
and
And in the original Casablanca, it's like,
Yeah.
this looks like it could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
yeah,
Right,
and,
but now,
I think the chief of police said, "I think I'm falling in love," and then Barb Wire said, "What was the line?"
get in line.
Yeah, she said, "Get in line," and then like that's some sort of wild burn. There's like these. It's like it goes bang, 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 and like it has like these gigantic gunshot sounds, and the camera just zooms in, then out, then in, then out at each bang, like straight into Barb Wire's face, and then the credits start. Like nothing. It was that is not a one-liner you go out on. Get in line.
We laughed our asses off.
That was that was a fun end of the movie.
Honestly, that made the movie end on a slightly high note for us.
I think there needs to be more three-note or three-bang.
I think it was 4.
But yeah, but anytime there's a burn, like just in my life, I want that to
Bang,
happen.
bang, bang, bang. The camera zooms in and out.
It wasn't even a zoom; it was just cutting to closer.
Yeah, it was just hilarious. That was stupid. That was stupid, and I loved it. So, is there anything else mild that you liked? I have one more that I liked.
I did like one more thing. I liked some of the choreographed fight scenes, like especially in the beginning of the movie
when it wasn't being
when it wasn't Casablanca mostly. I mean, even some part like right after it turned into Casablanca, but just those fight scenes, like they were brutal. Like necks were broken.
I think it was mostly
were
Django
broken.
Fett.
Okay, he did that, but when she was in that fight with those two dudes, that was a like it really looked like it felt like she was hitting people, like it felt real.
Yeah, there was good choreography.
It was good choreography,
I'll give you that.
and actually Pamela Anderson pulled it off too,
In heels.
in heels nonetheless.
I think she was in heels. She was probably in heels. She's a woman in a movie. She was probably in heels.
She was dressed as a stripper the entire time. She was in heels.
Welcome to Hollywood, where Rick can have tits and heels.
What?
Casablanca.
Oh God, that just went right by me.
So Dylan, what else did you like?
At the end, they're in between the actual city of Steel Harbor and the airport.
Oh wait, do you mean the last free city, Steel Harbor?
The last free city of Steel Harbor.
Oh, okay. I was unsure.
Yeah. I could see how you were confused. It's not Seattle. It's not Washington. It's the last free city.
Why is it the last free city?
It's the last free city because it's a civil war, the second one in America.
And it's a free city, the last of its kind, as it were.
Did they ever explain why?
No.
No.
It was just neutral. It's like, we're neutral. We're going to take you over. Don't. We're neutral. Oh, okay.
It's the Switzerland of the United States. Steel Harbor. There's really no good slogan for that place.
Steel Harbor, the last free city.
We have Barb Wire.
Yeah.
Great. But in between the airport and Steel Harbor, there is the unoccupied zone.
Bullshit name.
And in the unoccupied zone, there is one man. And that one man will not give up his job because that one man is a crane operator at the unoccupied docks, and he's still working. Like no matter if it's unoccupied, if there's no business going on, if people left years ago, he still has a job to do because he wasn't fired, he wasn't let go.
Unions.
The company might have folded, but he is still there doing his crane.
And always available for a tutorial.
Yeah. If anyone just walks into the cockpit,
even
of his
Django
plane,
Fett,
even if Django Fett himself,
fully garbed,
Django Fett, just walks into his cockpit of his crane and asks him, "Hey, what is this lever doing? What's that one doing? Is that the one that makes it go back and forth?" He'll tell you. It's like he's a nice guy. He does his job and he likes it. He enjoys it.
He's trying to gentrify the unoccupied zone.
But it's really hard to do from a single crane at the harbor.
Yeah, he has a Rosie the Riveter poster up in his thing, only Rosie the Riveter is replaced by him. And it just says, I can do it.
I can do it because nobody else is here.
Can we go ahead and make that poster?
But that's what I liked in the movie.
I'm going to say that just in general, before this movie turned into Casablanca, Pamela Anderson was actually doing okay.
I would strongly disagree.
I said okay, not good.
No, I don't agree with you either.
That's a hard no.
She looked, I don't know, she was like, she like dipped her head in a bucket of makeup.
I didn't say she looked beautiful.
No, I
said she was doing okay.
No, that's the first step on a long downhill journey.
Yeah, that makeup was the worst. Lip liner. It wasn't good.
She looks like she got jumped by L'Oreal.
I'm going to put this on. No!
You're going to test every product if the animals can't.
Right.
But she did not do a good job in this movie. She was not entirely convincing as an actress.
She was completely unbelievable.
She was unbelievable.
No,
it's weird. It's like she did all of her lines deadpan.
No,
but it's just because she doesn't have emotion.
Right. She did the sultry, kind of raspy voice, seductive thing.
Right. As she do.
But that was the note. That was the one note. Just like she had a little xylophone and all the keys were taken away except for the one. And
ding, ding. You know what? It worked for the first 5 minutes.
Well,
for the first 5 minutes, she didn't talk. She was just stripping.
Yeah, 3 of those 5 minutes.
Not the ones where she was stripping.
Okay, she wasn't stripping. She was just a pull down, or she was. There was a swing. I don't know.
Okay, no, she was dancing, and then suddenly she was on a swing. There was no continuity there.
And there was water, and
there was
weird, man.
Yeah, there was.
And dudes in suits wearing ponchos.
Yeah,
that was weird.
It's like they really wanted you to say, "Okay, I came to this movie. I came to see Pamela Anderson. I want to see tits. Like, let's do this." And they put it all up front in that 3.5 minutes.
Not all of it. She gets out of a tub once.
Yeah, but even then covered with bubbles.
Oh, I know, but later when she has her, she just randomly
she
flashes
does do the
camera.
one titty to the camera.
Random flash. It didn't make it. Like, while she was saying a line, she's like, yep. And I was like,
just let me readjust my robe. No, I mean, if you want to see Casablanca,
go see Casablanca.
You can go see Casablanca. If you want to see Pamela Anderson's tits,
you can do that.
The internet exists.
It was like sort of a founding principle of the internet was Pamela Anderson's tits.
I don't know if that's probably...
Actually, no, that's for time period. That's probably pretty
No,
accurate.
no,
It's like,
it
I need
is.
to invent the internet because I have an idea.
It involves...
But yeah, there are two very separate things driving this movie forward, and they can both be viewed independently of one another.
And done well. Done well.
Done better.
Better.
Just done with more focus. Good God, let's get off this topic.
So can I make a transition here to worst
Yes,
thing?
now.
Because we've kind of hit my two worst case scenarios. One was the one note Pamela Anderson I just wanted to... She was not an actress. She's wearing a blonde wig, I'm pretty sure, throughout the entire duration of this movie.
I don't think in the beginning.
Maybe.
Because she was flipping around a lot in the beginning.
And then she's just not as good of a Rick as Humphrey Bogart. I'm sorry, Pamela Anderson is no Humphrey Bogart.
How dare you, sir?
But if Humphrey Bogart had tits...
He'd make a much better Pamela Anderson, I guess. I don't know.
For some reason, I feel like he'd be more like Howard the Duck.
Or...
Yeah.
just no.
I don't know. I guess he'd just be confused. Why'd you get off that topic that I didn't like to another topic that was bad?
That was one. And then the second place was the fact that, Ian said it right, Cora D., the only black woman in the last free city of Steel Harbor.
Yes.
The Nazi Americans, the constitutionalists or whatever, they know that she's black, but they don't know what she looks like because she's had plastic surgery. There ain't no other sister in the entire movie.
There's a few black dudes.
Yeah.
Like the DJ.
Like the DJ or the bouncer.
But Cora D is...
Well, and Mr. Big Fatso.
Yeah, but Cora D would be really easy. You could round up every woman of color in Steel City.
Steel Harbor, come on.
It'd take you 25 minutes.
Yeah, because you'd only find Cora D.
No, because there were some Asian women as well. Like, if you just went, like, straight up non-white, it'd take you 25 minutes.
It's a short list.
It's a short list. But what did you hate about
This
it?
movie had everything.
You know what I hated about this movie, Dave?
Reach deep, Dylan.
I don't have to reach that deep because it started off the movie.
Okay.
This movie starts with a bunch of front-loaded exposition done by a narrator with pictures of, like, Mars behind it. Just desolate red wasteland for some reason. And the exposition basically comes down to, it's 2017, and the second Civil War has ravaged America, and there's the Continentals.
No, they never tell you it. They never tell you.
Did they not tell you on that in the beginning?
No, you have to piece it together, because I was trying really hard.
But then, and there's this new form of law, and the Civil War has brought rise to a new form of bounty hunter. And, I mean, it's not really a new form of bounty hunter, it's just a bounty hunter.
Right.
Nothing really different about it.
More bounty hunting.
There's just
actually,
more bounty
less bounty hunting, maybe?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. Just more specific bounty hunting?
It's more
I don't
like bivocational.
I mean, she owns a bar and is a bounty hunter.
Yeah,
Right.
But this exposition tells you these important things about the world, I guess, and that if you were wondering why we kept repeating the fact that we were in Steel Harbor, the last free city, that's because this exposition tells you that. I think the exposition itself tells you like twice that it's that. And then after 8 minutes into the movie, Pamela Anderson, over a scene that she's doing, does some voiceover that is all of that exposition. Every single detail they tell you, maybe even more, she tells you. Just again, in random exposition, 8 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, but before it was a dude saying it, and then the second time it was in a sultry voice.
But then all throughout the movie, they keep throwing the information at you. Like, by the way, we're in the second Civil War, and this is the last free city of Steel Harbor. I know we all live here, but I'd just like you to know.
You know, I mean, they're very, very, very proud of their city.
They are.
They're very proud of being the last free city of Steel Harbor during the Second World War. During the Second Civil War in 2017.
In 2017.
Although, not always in 2017.
What?
Towards the end, they make mention of 2019.
Maybe it was that the Civil War started in 2017?
No, the movie definitely says.
They f***ed up?
They really legitimately f***ed up.
I love it.
Or somewhere in that story, 2 years pass by.
That is a war.
No, it did not happen that way. It could not have. I refuse to believe that there was a 2-year time jump that they didn't tell me about.
You can believe what you want to believe.
Maybe it was during that one time where they had that scene that didn't matter, where the dude came into the bar during the daytime.
Yes.
Where it was just a scene to tell you that the day has passed and now it will be another night.
Yeah.
It was basically, instead of someone walking up and be like, well, that stuff happened yesterday, but today is a new day.
I think perhaps it could have started like December 2017, and then they're in like February.
It did look like Christmas in what is clearly Detroit.
Oh, you mean it was kind of on fire?
It was on fire and it
wasn't snowing?
And there was one bar
that wasn't on fire?
That's still open.
Of course, it did get trashed by the end. So you're right, it's Detroit. Yeah. Sorry, Detroit.
And there is that demilitarized zone between the actual city and the only airport where you can leave from Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Detroit.
I guess it was filmed in Detroit.
I really hope we don't have fans in Detroit because we no longer have fans in Detroit. So what was your least favorite part of the movie?
Oh, hey, that's a question.
It is.
Oh, wow, those two are very similar, and I put the minus sign beside both of them. I got 2 notes in there. The first one, I wrote down while Pamela Anderson was doing that, the swing with water thing in the very beginning of the movie. And I was like, I think this might be softcore porn.
Yeah, it kind of starts off like softcore pornography. I mean, it starts off as softcore pornography.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 lines down from that, I got very over-sexualized. And that was in the scene where the lady was being tortured. With the metal, she was naked except for this weird metal thing over her breasts and another weird metal thing over her crotch.
Let's call it looked like a strap-on.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't going to mention that.
It did, though.
It sort of did.
It 100% looked like a metal bikini with a giant tube coming out of the front.
And they had a thing on her head, and they splayed her hair out like very, very equally, so it was making this kind of half moon thing. And
they tortured her.
And that was their preferred method of electrocution. So I'm just wondering, do they have 2 kinds of it, or do dudes have to wear that specific one too? Because it looked like it was fitted to that lady.
What I called it in my notes was a techno bondage torture device.
Wow, that is accurate.
Yeah. It is.
Well, here's the thing too. They used that device on several other occasions. Once with a man in a giant tub of ice. And then once again with...
He didn't have this shit on. He just had the head thing on, man.
And then the other one was with the blind guy, where they just fry him.
Oh, yeah, but he only had the head thing on, too.
I don't think he actually had the head thing on, either.
So,
oh, yeah, he didn't have shit on. What were they doing?
They were just electrocuting.
Yeah, they just had the finger thing on. That's the only part they actually need.
The torture in this movie kept getting more and more simplistic. Because it starts out like complicated electrocuting somebody.
Like there were scientists. There were scientists in that room who were like, all of this has to go right.
With clipboards.
And then the second one was also scientists, but it was like, well, if we put the body in a tub of water and use electricity.
Whoa, hey, dude, science. That works
ice
better.
Water. Yeah, ice water, whatever. And then we just go to, you just strap some car batteries to his testicles and we're good, man, right?
That didn't happen. They were strapped to his face. Honestly, we didn't see him.
He was blind. He couldn't see.
Oh, you're talking about the blind.
But it was the same procedure, just on a lower and lower budget.
Right. Because the movie kept having a lower and lower budget.
And really, are you going to carry an ice tub around with you?
Well, that was for a dead body.
Don't you? I mean, what's this over here?
That was specifically...
That was supposed to be a secret.
That one is specifically...
Clearly not a prefabricated
Let me say what I'm going to say. That was clearly the only way you can get memories out of a dead person.
This drink I mixed gets worse over time. I'm at the end. It's horrible.
Oh, you talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, clearly.
All right, Ian, take us home. Give us some rant. Give us some rage. Tap into that.
Man, I really, I can tell that I really stopped caring, almost as soon as the movie started, because I usually take pretty good notes. Well, at least for the first half of a movie, and then it really peters off, and I'm like, that seemed important, and then I'll write that down. But this one, Man, I hardly wrote a thing down. My second to last note, it just says police. I never finished the thought.
I think I know what your thought was. Was that the last free city of Steel Harbor has the most dickish cops.
No, that wasn't it. It was something specifically to do with the police force. I guess that did specifically have to do. But no, it was something different than that. But I don't remember what it was.
I cannot help you.
I know. I don't need you to. That's what I hate about this movie. It made me not care enough about it to not even care about actively hating it.
That's some convoluted shit, man. Pamela Anderson had 10 coke nails.
She did. She breaks one of them.
Yeah, and she was like,
Man, this is rough.
yeah. This is just, it's so hard to talk about this movie because I tuned out as soon as it became so Casablanca.
It was really hard.
It was so hard to pay attention.
By the time they got to the gas explosions at the end, it was too late.
Every time I opened my eyes, I was like, oh, no, they're still butchering Casablanca.
Oh my god.
No, I watched the whole movie, but it just, I wasn't there, man.
All right, Dylan. It's 1996.
It's 1996.
Okay, wait. What month?
You're the age that you are now. Time machine. This is a time machine situation.
Time machine situation.
You go back there, and Sony or Warner or whatever says, all right.
I think Rogue Pictures.
Rogue Pictures says you did a great job on your last piece with cowboys and Nazi zombies.
No, it was King Arthur and yeah.
Well,
Camelot Rising was a hit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that didn't come out until 2011.
We want to give you Time Machine. We want to give you Pamela Anderson.
They know they have a time machine too.
And
that's how studios always know how to make the right decision.
So I get Pamela Anderson, and I also get to make a movie.
She needs to be in your movie.
Oh, okay. Oh God.
And it needs to vaguely be about a post-apocalyptic world.
Wait, so you
maybe?
Okay,
and we also bought the rights to this comic book.
Yes. Feel free to shit all over it. Because there's only going to be about 3 or 4 more comics after this movie.
I've never read the comic book.
It didn't last long. It didn't survive this movie. This movie killed it.
Did it?
It killed the fandom, yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's hilarious.
Man, you're talking about the past, present tense and stuff. I need you to make this movie that will kill a fandom.
Yeah, hey, Dave, this bit's falling apart.
Make a better movie!
No, that's not what this bit's about anymore, man. It's about making a different movie.
Well, I think the easy first decision. Am I going first? This is weird. I've never gone first before. The easy first decision is that we're not taking the plot from Casablanca anymore.
Okay.
We remove Casablanca. Okay.
Double Indemnity. No, I'm kidding.
Face Off.
We're going for older movies.
I went Double Indemnity and you go Face Off? Have some class,
The
man.
Conjuring 2. Okay, so no more Casablanca.
Okay.
Clearly, that's an easy choice to make. And we're going to adapt the comic book.
I really hope it wasn't that easy a choice to make.
Okay, we're going to adapt a comic book, and it's going to be Barb Wire. And I know 2 things about Barb Wire. She owns a bar, and she's a bounty hunter.
She has blonde hair.
I know 3 things about Barb Wire.
Okay.
She owns a bar, and she's a bounty hunter, and she has blonde hair.
I think she shows a lot of cleavage. But, it's a comic.
This is a movie in the 90s, so that goes without saying. I don't need to put that on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, it's a female comic book character.
Female comic book character, yeah, just cleavage for days, literally.
Okay.
Like, this movie...
Literally? That doesn't make any sense.
This is a 72-hour epic movie where the movie... This movie takes place over a 72-hour period of time in real time. There will be, I believe that makes on a, what is that? A 22-minute reel.
We're doing the thing where we keep going on.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm almost done probably. I'm just feeding you what you need. But it's a 72-hour movie. It's got like
196
real changes in it. Ticket prices might have to be a little higher. Dave, where are you going?
Come back.
You gotta vet this movie. You gotta vet this movie, Dave.
I need to breathe.
And I hazard to say a movie. I say it's an epic. It's an epic.
An epic tale.
It's an epic tale,
I
Dave.
got this image of the poor projectionist. He's only like 5.5 feet tall, and he's like literally surrounded.
No, it's
He's like, oh, where did 84 go?
It's not real. It's reel to reel. It's not cassettes, Dave.
Sorry.
It's even worse than that.
He has to load each one.
But he's got like 5 hours to find the reel.
Oh man! He's got
22
minutes each time, and it's just
22
minutes of searching. So anyone in the back of the theater is like, "What is all that crashing?" I knocked over stack one. Whatever. I'm 20 hours in. We're going with it.
Hey, haven't we seen this hour of the movie before?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Why are there no intermissions? I need food.
It doesn't matter if you leave. It'll be okay. So, but this movie. No. But the thing I wanted to say that was just
That's your lead up.
it's 72 hours long, and it's all one camera angle. It's a wide shot where the middle is just Pamela Anderson's breasts for the whole movie, and she's doing all the stuff. She's doing car chases and fight scenes, but it's all like I said, it's cleavage for days.
It's like a GoPro got strapped to her chest.
Basically. But it's like a wide enough shot that you can see more around her, you know? So, I mean, this isn't some sort of smut film.
Right, clearly. 70.
Okay. So Ian, how...
Well, clearly...
Continue.
Clearly, such an epic tale cannot take place in just one city, the last free city of Steel Harbor, which is on the East Coast?
I thought it was like Middle America.
No, man.
Oh, see, I thought it was...
There was a harbor, I guess.
Yeah.
It takes place in the East Coast city of Free Harbor.
Steel Harbor.
Steel Harbor, the last free city. Shut up.
Free Harbor, the last steel city.
The first hour and a half or so of the movie is the...
You can even bump that to 7. Nobody cares.
is about...
Literally nobody. Everyone tunes out.
No, okay, I'll give it 2 hours. The first 2 hours is 2 hours in the life of Barb Wire.
This movie is just bragging rights. Just like, I watched Barb Wire, the 72-hour
About
epic.
an hour and a half of that time is just her doing like paperwork at the bar, making sure everything's still up and running. Half an hour of that...
Getting a mammogram, right?
Half an hour of that is her getting really into the plot of the thing and finding out that she needs to go to Iron Freeway.
What?
She needs to go to
Iron Freeway.
no. She needs to go to Iron. She needs to go to Iron Bridge,
Okay.
the sort of communist city on the West Coast.
Okay.
And we go there in real time.
to save someone. I don't care who. And at this point, neither does the audience.
Could it be
And so
Cora
she
D?
gets in her car and she drives there. That's about the next half of the movie.
Oh, God.
Or about the next, how long does it take? 30 or so hours?
Yeah.
For the next 30 hours or so, she's driving to California, stopping where she will. She has to sleep, she has to rest, she has to eat, she has to stop off and take pictures of the giant yarn ball.
It's too bad we'll never see the yarn ball, because what is he looking at her chest?
Well, when she turns away from the yarn ball, then you'll be able to see it like over her shoulder.
No, the expressions on her brassiere, you'll get familiar enough with it that you can...
There's a mirror of
You
us.
can experience the shock.
She shines her leather so you can see it through that.
We'll just see the cameraman.
And so
Or the
she
GoPro.
gets to California,
Okay.
to Iron Bridge, the communist city. Dave, go.
I just realized a total flaw in my plan. In 96, there were not GoPros, so it's just a man standing in front of her for 72 hours. Go, Dave.
And he's in the movie too.
No, he's not. You could never see him.
Well, yeah, no, if she turned toward the sun, you could. Because his shadow would be on her.
At hour 36,
Oh, that's a midpoint.
this movie becomes
Just changes direction.
this movie becomes less about Pamela Anderson and Steel Harbor and Iron Bay,
Iron Bridge, but I like
Yes.
Iron Bay better. We'll go with that.
and it really just becomes a series of elaborate riddles based on how you're able to escape the theater.
What?
Just for the next 36 hours.
Yeah, they don't feed you. You don't get to take any breaks. Like, you have to work collaboratively as a
It
theater.
suddenly becomes Saw.
Exactly.
Like, in the theater, there's just suddenly Pamela Anderson looks at the camera and goes, would you like to play a game?
Pamela Anderson says there are 36 people in this theater, 20 are leaving.
Wow.
You have 30 hours to
36 whole,
decide.
wait, 36 whole people came to see this movie?
Yeah,
Or is that just who's left after hour 36?
yeah, anyone walking out in the first 2 hours, they get a pass. They're like,
You mean 36 hours?
no, first two.
2.
You get to go leave free.
And then the doors are locked.
Yes, but you still get popcorn
It drops from the ceiling.
yeah,
You have no
until-
bucket.
until hour 36. And then it's really just her sitting in a throne laughing at you. I mean, that's most of
Well,
the
I mean,
footage.
she became a communist. And that's
Right.
what communists do, right?
And it's just Russian propaganda music. And every once in a while you see like pictures on her breasts of like her breast becomes a smaller theater screen within the theater screen.
Oh, so we're going
And-
super meta with this.
Yeah, and then it's just like North Korea marching and Stalin and Lenin's tomb and things like that.
I really regret making it a communist city now.
This is departed from my original vision.
That's why you don't lend your vision to other people.
I would have said that just every like hour and a half, 2 hours, it just becomes the plot of a different classic movie.
Just rehashing plot after plot.
It's the original Ocean's 11, and now it's Casablanca again.
It's like almost like how a DJ kind of samples and tries to mix tracks together. Like
Except if the DJ used the entire track
Hour
just
36
layered-
is just Terminator.
and just layered breasts over that track. I don't think DJs can do that though. That's
in
different.
the year 2017,
Only an MTV video DJ could.
a VJ.
One of those guys from back in the 90s.
We're gonna have to call him out of retirement.
They might all be dead.
Well, I mean, we're making this movie in 1996.
Oh, it's 96. It's perfect.
Yeah, height of their game, man.
Height of their game. That was back when MTV was MTV and
Before
had
YouTube
music.
killed it.
Before YouTube made them irrelevant.
Right.
And
Well,
then
to be fair, they stopped playing music before YouTube
Right.
made them irrelevant.
so, capping off this conversation, Dave,
Yeah.
what is the title of this movie?
The title of
This
this
72-hour epic focusing on Pamela Anderson's breasts while she travels across America and then sits in a chair while you watch communist propaganda on her breasts for 36 hours
And decide-
decide who dies.
We'll decide the 16 people who die.
It's a hard one. I'm bad with this.
Oh, dude, that's too much information.
I would want to do, it's 3 days long.
Right.
So I want a title that really grabs someone. A title that will make you think, perhaps I want to ride this one out. Perhaps it's Pamela Anderson, the movie, as seen on the newfangled AOL.
The newfangled. When did they all come out? That's irrelevant.
No, it's like mid-90s.
Yeah, like I remember getting those discs in the mail.
America Online.
Get 100 hours free.
America Online, the movie. Tits.
Colon tits.
I don't think it's representative of the nature of the film.
I don't think this. I would like to. I would like to interject and say maybe this movie doesn't have a title. It just has a description that people hear of. Where it's just a 72-hour epic featuring the breasts of Pamela Anderson in a 72-hour epic journey across America. But you don't spoil the last half of the movie because you know that's like a secret.
If you like,
because you wouldn't want to tell people they're gonna die, probably.
If you like tits and Casablanca.
And lots of other movies.
And also riddles.
If you like tits, and Casablanca, and The Rear Window, and Double Indemnity, and Terminator, and The Conjuring 2.
And quite possibly you're open to an idea of seeing Face Off in 2 years when it comes out.
And 6 of the 7 Fast and the Furious movies.
And all of Harry Potter.
Then you will go see this movie. And that's just what the commercial would be. It'd never have a title. It'd just be like the silhouette of breasts, and that would be what they'd have to put on the marquee.
Okay, so technically the title of the movie is a Sideways 3 is what you're telling me.
Yeah, exactly. The title of the movie is a Sideways 3.
And we make fun of, like, we joke here, but we weren't the ones making the decision to have the first 5 minutes of this movie is just Pamela Anderson in leather getting sprayed with a hose.
With her tits out.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I
mean, sure, like, it was, they were covered up for a lot of the time.
It was tasteful in the mid-90s. What? So, Dave, we're going to go to the cards now.
All right.
Because we're done with this shit.
Oh, we don't need cards.
Oh, yeah. So guess what, everybody?
We're
f***ing done with this shit.
Woo!
We're gonna cap off our comic book season this next week with Ghost Rider's Spirit of Vengeance, because we like to start our seasons with a Nicolas Cage movie, and we didn't do that this time, so we're gonna end the season on a Nicolas Cage movie. And in case you haven't been listening to the podcast since the first season,
which is really likely,
which statistically you have not been, then you don't know that the way this thing started is that we choose a Nicolas Cage movie, and then we take an actor from that Nicolas Cage movie and follow them to another bad movie and watch that, and that process continues until we decide to stop it and do a themed season. And
this was a themed season.
And this was a themed season. So we're gonna do Spirit of Vengeance, and then we're gonna choose another Nicolas Cage movie to follow Nicolas Cage 2. To start off the third season.
Yes.
Because our seasons don't actually have meaning, because we never stop.
So, Ian.
Yeah?
Do the thing.
Play us out.
Vida.
Good job f***ing up on the first word.
Were you trying to say visit us?
You f***ing idiot. Just do it.
I had to finish my drink, or we would talk more clearly that way.
Oh yeah.
Visit us on Visit us on DTLPodcast.com, or listen on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or any other places that pull from our feed without our say-so. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at DTLPodcast. Like and subscribe.
Quick, he's having a seizure.
How do you hold him down?
Get off of me. I can do it.
Support his neck.
I need a spoon so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
Like and subscribe wherever you can. We'll love you for it. See you next time.
That's DTL Podcast.
DTLPodcast.com, at DTL Podcast, hashtag DTL Podcast. Go DTL Podcast.
Bye.
If Cordy escapes, I will personally rip your heart out of your ass and stuff it back down your throat.
That's not very sanitary.